will alienate so many people and will impact a wide swath of the congregation.
In much of South Florida, a month's worth of rain will fall this week with one storm after another. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez says there's flooding and travel issues.
Sarasota got swamped, cars submerged in the floodwaters. Yesterday, the city got a record-breaking 6.2 inches of rain. Similar scene in the Tampa area where rain totals reached between 2 and 4 inches in just a few hours yesterday. In some places, roads were nearly impassable.
The White House isn't ruling out a counts. President Biden says he has ruled pardoning his son. NBA Hall of Famer Jerry West has died at 86. With the LA Lakers, he was called Mr. Clutch on and off the court. James Herbert of CBS Sports says he left a lasting imprint.
He is the logo. It is his silhouette. There's some controversy about that just because he was never compensated for that. But there's a reason why he got that honor. I mean, he is one of the greatest who ever played a game.
Graduation day for some 60 high schoolers in Newtown, Connecticut, who were first graders at Sandy Hook Elementary in 2012 when 20 of their classmates were murdered. WFSB TV reporter Dylan Fearon.
Matt Holden's now 17. He still wears an Angels of Sandy Hook wristband. Graduating with 300 other students. There should be 20 more. A new chapter on the horizon for survivors.
Getting that fresh start your way, kind of not getting away from Newtown, being able to go somewhere where life isn't defined by a single tragedy 12 years ago.
The new study finds elevated incidents of dementia before age 65 among many World Trade Center attack responders. Dr. Gilman.
The people who were responding after 9/11, they basically were inhaling entire buildings and jet fuel that was in the air. There's been more and more evidence that studies, animal studies, and other studies to show that this can have effects on the brain.
Wall Street, the Dow is up 63 points.
#1 public university for 6 straight years. That's up from #4 from when he first started. Still, there are some people, because of all the protests, that want him gone immediately.
All right, John, thank you. Well, there's going to be extra security for graduation at UCLA, and the commencement ceremonies, they've been scaled down. So instead of having this large simultaneous celebration, there will be more than 70 separate ceremonies across various venues. This includes 3 really big events at Pauley Pavilion. Everyone who goes has to show their tickets, and each venue is going to be having a bag policy. Only clear bags and small purses will be allowed. The commencement ceremonies, they're going to take place over 5 days. They start tomorrow. University officials say they do expect that more protests will take place through the rest of the week. UC Irvine, meanwhile, says nearly half of those who will receive bachelor's degrees at commencement ceremonies this year are first-generation college students. The chancellor is out with a statement celebrating what he says is proof that UCI is serving the best and brightest regardless of their financial circumstances. Irvine will bestow more than 11,000 degrees during ceremonies taking place Friday through Monday. A spokesperson says they're unaware of any protests being planned there, and they haven't made any major changes to their events. Tickets are required to attend each ceremony inside the Bren Event Center. Well, family and friends of murdered actor Johnny Wachter, they are meeting as we speak at the spot where he was killed in downtown L.A. They're going to be marching out to L.A. City Hall. The former General Hospital actor shot dead last month. We've been telling you about this story. He stumbled upon a group of thieves trying to steal his car's catalytic converter. His brother Grant tells us he's there for the march. He came in from South Carolina.
Well, we're going to travel all the way out there to try to make sure that this stays in the forefront of everything and doesn't get pushed on the...
Good morning. これ、繋がってないか。繋がってるか。
His facility challenge. With Granger supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV in the extraordinary. From the charge time and range of the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N, Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303 mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE, SEL Limited rear-wheel drive, and 361 mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 ST long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may 562-314-4603 for more details.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
KNX FM and HD Los Angeles.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
Good morning, I'm Bob Archer, and coming up, brand new chancellor will tell you who it is. Lakers legend Jerry West has died, and will Marilyn Monroe's home in LA become a historic site? The debate is continuing.
This is KNX News, 97.1 FM.
It's 11 o'clock.
Is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Monica Ricks. We are waiting on the Federal Reserve's interest rate plans following a new report today that inflation is easing. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The inflation rate has not come down as much as the Fed would like, and despite the fact that interest rates are still at 23-year highs at 5.25% to 5.5%, the economy is holding up, and the labor market is holding up.
And this is breaking news. As anticipated, the Fed has decided to leave the interest rate unchanged. There hasn't been a hike in nearly a year. The U.S. says Hamas has proposed some changes to a ceasefire agreement with Israel in Gaza. The Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says they're minor.
Some of the requested changes are workable and some are not. And those gaps are bridgeable.
He insists the time stop. Record rain is soaking parts of Florida today, including Sarasota, which got about 4 inches in an hour last night. WTSP reporter Nick Volturo is there and says flooding caused sidewalks to crumble.
There was a sidewalk collapse. All these huge paver stones have dropped and completely collapsed into the ground. The guide rail was completely washed out. It completely washed away the sidewalk, the concrete, all these pavers. There's pieces over here that are all down into the ground.
Heavy rain will continue throughout the state through Saturday. State and federal leaders are in Baltimore right now celebrating the full reopening of a channel that'll get port traffic back to normal people. NBA legend Jerry West has died at 86.
He was one of the legends of pro basketball.
West throws it up. He makes it.
Hitting a longer than half-court shot in the 1970 NBA Finals, known as Mr. Clutch. He was a star player, coach, and executive with the Los Angeles Lakers, and the inspiration for the NBA logo. Sam Quinn of CBS Sports.
This was somebody who has been significantly involved in the game of basketball for 70 or so years. I mean, how many people, regardless, can say they've been around as much basketball as Jerry West?
Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Pope Francis is urging priests not to ramble on. He wants them to keep their homilies short, no longer than 8 minutes, to prevent congregants from nodding off. But the Pope's own language has been under scrutiny lately. He's used a gay slur twice now in meetings. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the downtown LA Law Group Injury Help Studios.
This is KNX.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
Good morning, I'm Rob Archer. It's 11:03, and the UC Regents have appointed the first Latino to take the reins as chancellor at UCLA. The campus has been the scene of strife and unrest from recent weeks. Karen Adams begins our team coverage live from the university.
Rob, Julio Frank, who's now president at the University of Miami, will lead UCLA when first. Now, Block has taken heat in recent weeks here and in Washington, D.C. for the university's handling of the pro-Palestinian encampment and protests prompted by the Israel-Hamas war. Now, students and staff were arrested, which angered many. In accepting his new appointment, Frank talked about what lies ahead for him.
Universities must strive to always be exceptions. This is an old idea in higher education, that through the values we embrace and the behaviors we exhibit, we set an example for the larger society of which we are a part.
Now, Frank calls the appointment as chancellor his dream job and says it comes at a critical time in higher education. And Rob, he doesn't take the reins until January, so in the interim, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost Darnell Hunt will step.
All right,
Rob?
Karen, thank you so much. And before that vote, the board got an earful from the public, people angry over the way UCLA was dealing with all the demonstrations over the past couple of months. John Baird is there and joins us live.
Some people were speaking online from remote locations. Others stepped up to the podium, and they made the most of their time in front of the UC Regents, with many shredding the way that UCLA and some of the other schools actually handled the protests with heavy police response.
As a Jewish student, I have felt unsafe on our campus, not because of the peaceful pro-Palestine demonstrations, but because of militarized cops and riot gear being called to tear gas and shoot rubber bullets at us.
I'm here today to condemn in no uncertain terms what a historic and catastrophic failure to protect our students.
Another speaker, a teacher, said UCLA is not a safe campus and asked the regents to hold all the UC campuses accountable for their individual safety plans to ensure the safety and free speech rights of everybody. Rob?
All right, John, thank you so much. Well, the world a little less bright today. Jerry West is gone. That's 11:06 now, and Scott Burt is in the Simpson Automotive Blue Traffic Center.
Las Virgenes Road, a little east of Las Virgenes. A couple left lanes are blocked there with a crash involving an overturned car. The fire department on the way. I want to thank Ron for calling us on the tip line on that one. Back up at this point through Lost Hills Road on that 101 eastbound. Some additional slowing up ahead through Encino. Over toward the 405. Heads up Roscoe at Balboa. We've got a malfunction there, and it is really jammed basically in all directions right at that intersection. And South 405 still tough from the 101 heading through the Sepulveda Pass. We'll update that signal in Orange County coming up at 11:15.
For basketball and Lakers legend, the logo himself, Jerry West, has died. Older basketball fans will remember the Hall of Famer as Mr. Clutch, the nickname he got for hitting many key shots, including this one back in 1970, which was a 60-foot buzzer beater that sent Game 3 of the NBA Finals into overtime against the New York Knicks.
2 seconds, 1 second, West throws it up.
West won one NBA championship as a player with the Lakers in 1972. His silhouette dribbling the ball is used as the NBA logo. West went on to coach the Lakers, later became an executive with the team, helped put together the Showtime Lakers teams of the 80s and the Shaq and Kobe championship teams of the early 2000s. West later became an executive with the Memphis Grizzlies before helping Golden State put together its championship teams in the 2010s. West's latest stop as an executive was with the Clippers. He was 86. Fans heading to the home of the Lakers, Crypto.com Arena, to pay their respects. Pete Demetrio is there. Let's check in with him live.
There are those who saw the man play, then there are those who saw what he created after his playing days were over. Michael Valenzuela saw both sides of Jerry West.
He's literally the logo. I mean, it's perfection.
The term, a lot of people say in an era where where the players say it's all about me and my scores and my stats, he was from a different era.
Yes, he was all about winning. The only thing that mattered to him was winning. It drove him insane. I mean, I know that for a fact he would talk about his losses in the finals and what that would do to him. And I think the fear of failure was even stronger than the drive for winning. Like, he just wanted to be on top. He was competitive as anyone who ever played the game.
Rob, another man said that in his mind, West was a great player. His managerial skills, the ability to scout players, to assemble dynasties on the court. He says that sets the standard for anyone who runs an NBA team in the future.
All right, thank you. President of the UANA, Lee Zeidman, was a close friend of West, said he learned how to see people through watching West and working with him.
There were two particular moments that we spent time together when the Lakers were recruiting Phil Jackson. Jerry called me up and said, I got Phil Jackson here. Can you take us through the building? I know it's not complete, but I need to sell him on what Staples Center is going to be so we can get him to be our next coach. We did that, and it worked. Second time was Rick Fox. I remember at the forum, Jerry called me out of my office and said, bring the plans for Staples Center. I have Rick Fox out here. I want to show him what it's going to look like and try to recruit him to our team. And underneath, at that time, it was the South Basket at the forum. I rolled out the plans, and Jerry explained things to me. Rick asked me questions, and lo and behold, Rick Fox became a Laker.
As Ivan says, West has a great family. His heart goes out to West's wife. It's 11:09. Well, it looked like we'd have a definite answer today as whether or not the Brentwood home once owned by Marilyn Monroe would be saved from the wrecking ball. Now the answer is still very much mystery. The clock is ticking, too. Let's connect live with Craig Figner at the KNX News City Hall Bureau.
Hey, good morning to you, Rob. You know, the only house that Marilyn Monroe ever owned is the 1920s hacienda. It is on 5th Helena Drive, and that is in Brentwood, and it's also the property where she died. So it sold recently to a couple. They paid $8.4 million for it, put in a permit to tear it down, combine it with another property, make it a little, mega mansion. Well, that set off this effort here at LA City Hall to give the property historic preservation status. That would save it from the wrecking ball, but then that set off a lawsuit by the current owners, and at the very last minute, Councilmember Tracy Park pulled this preservation vote from this morning's council agenda.
Because of the lawsuit that's pending, we wanted to give the city attorney's office a little bit more time to work directly with the property owners.
And my understanding is the lawsuit is claiming that the people who are purchasing the property feel like this is unfair. You know, they say, hey, it was Marilyn Monroe's house, but it's ours now.
Essentially, and they brought a lawsuit seeking an injunction, and the court just recently denied that. But the lawsuit does continue to move forward, and so we want to try to give an opportunity for the city to resolve this and take action to preserve this really historic cultural monument in Los Angeles.
So saving the Marilyn Monroe house, this vote comes back to council, it looks like June 26th, Rob, and if the city attorney doesn't advise the yes vote or doesn't get it, looks like we'll have a date with the wrecking ball.
All right, thanks so much, Craig. It is 11:11.
KNX connects you to the headlines.
To the freeway.
To what matters to you.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
Grilling for Dad this weekend? Visit Stater Brothers Meat Counter. Fresh bone-in ribeye steaks are on sale for just $8.99 a pound. And flat meat for carne asada is just $7.99 a pound. Happy Father's Day from Stater Brothers Markets.
Paid for by GovMint.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call GovMint at 1-800-222-1975, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 Old Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic old mint mark of the New Orleans Mint. The final year of production, but with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 old silver coins are still in uncirculated condition, and it's almost 50 years of history. Bonus package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-222-1975 now to secure your 1904 old Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-222-1975.
Tom Bopper, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK. Students with certain education challenges from routine academic and self-advocacy skills. It never goes out. Landmark College is doing college offering a safe and supportive environment for college kids and students with small classes in person to last support.
I'm Dr. Eric Baker with Dental Implants GPS. If you're in the car right now, smile in the rearview mirror. Do you like what you see? If you don't or didn't even try due to embarrassment, you may be one of many dealing with missing or failing teeth and looking for the right team to guide you to your new dream smile. I invite you to come into Dental Implants GPS.
The specialists at Dental Implants GPS can guide you to a new, healthy smile. So if your teeth are loose or painful, it might be time to replace all of your teeth. Or if you dislike your dentures, call 800-952-4200. Stop hiding. Get back freedom. Imagine enjoying social situations again. The GPS Full Smile Solution is a permanent full mouth teeth replacement. Replace your teeth and restore your self-confidence in one day. 5 local centers: Dana Point, Huntington Beach, Riverside, and 2 new LA area locations. Call 800-952-4200. That's 800-952-4200.
Good morning, I'm Bob Archer, and coming up, the first meeting since the EPA in Chiquita Canyon landfill with a violation got loud, and an NBA legend is gone. More in-depth team coverage on the passing of Jerry West. 11:15 on KNX News. Traffic's brought to you by Video and Audio Center. Here's Comfort.
Let's start off in the western half of the San Fernando Valley. We've got a big problem here for the 101 freeway eastbound, just east of Las Virgenes. We heard from Ron on the tip line, the KNX Abilene Northeast traffic tip line, 444 KNX News. 2 left lanes are blocked with this injury crash. We've got an overturned car, and the fire department is here. The backup is definitely before Lost Hills, almost to Liberty Canyon. So this is alternate worthy. Your downtown LA Law accident and injury turning brought. You can cross the Memorial Road. You can use that up to Moreau, and then Moreau over to Calabasas Road, and basically take that eastward and then get back on the freeway at Parkway Calabasas, and you'll be pretty much out of the woods. Although there is some slowing here through the Encino area, getting out to the 405 east of there. Some slowing building into Studio City as well. We had an earlier traffic break, 101 east around Laurel Canyon, by the way, to clear up some potholes in it, I believe, that were in lanes there. So just heads up there, you might see some traffic activity. Alex called us earlier and confirmed that Cane and Zoom is shut down at PCH. We've had an issue there, I believe it's wires down or something like that. So they're still working on that problem. South 405 out of the valley, still tough on the 101 into the 12 of the pass. And similar continues in Orange County for the south side of Jamboree. Carpool and left 2 left have been blocked there. It looks like in the clearing stages on that one, but still tough out of Santa Ana from 17th Street. You have a Father's Day deal on the Ultimate Electronics and Video and Audio Center. Our prices are always the same or lower than authorized online dealers. And during the Father's Day event, Video and Audio Center will pay your sales tax plus free setups. See stores for details. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5 from the Simpson Automotive Group 24-hour traffic center.
All right, you know the drill. Low clouds and patchy morning fog. And we can see some drizzle as we head toward the rest of the week. And then as usual, always starts to clear later in the morning. The good news is that some of the beaches today could see some partial clearing. So we're talking a high in the mid-60s for the coast. Low 70s for LA and Orange County. Mid-80s for the valleys. Low 90s for the Inland Empire. Mid-90s for the high desert. Upper 70s for the mountains. We'll continue to see cooler weather as we head Thursday and Friday because the tracking system that starts to move inland. So once that system leaves, the weekend will be much warmer. The Southern California's most accurate, dependable forecast of KCAL News meteorologist Amber Lee for KNXT is 97.1 FM.
68 Data Point, 75 in Santa Clarita, 70 degrees and cloudy here on LA's Miracle Mile. There was a community meeting on the Chiquita Canyon landfill last night, the first meeting since the operators were hit with EPA violations. Here's how it sounded at one point.
Tell me something, boss. This is not right. These people are being cheated out of their truck. Please calm down. This is wrong. 3 minutes is wrong. Okay? I'm talking about the health and safety of these people. And nobody's helping. None of these people are helping. Nobody.
Now, for years, people in the area complain about the smell and the health issues like headaches, skin irritation, even heart palpitations. There have been almost 10,000 complaints into the air district. A number of lawsuits have been filed too. So the meeting last night was to provide updates on mitigation and funding available to the landfill neighbors. About $800,000 going to be sent out later this month. EPA violations over the Clean Air Act for failing to contain toxic chemicals there. The landfill operators have 10 days to respond. A former Navy civilian employee pleads guilty to accepting bribes from defense contractor Art Sanders' contract resulted in hundreds of millions of dollars paid to the company. The U.S. Attorney's Office is the employee working at the Information Warfare Center in San Diego.
a month from her salary. In addition to the bribery conspiracy, James Soriano pleaded guilty to filing a false tax return and not disclosing the tax payments that came from that family friend. His plea agreements that he and a former Navy employee took bribes from 3 high-profile contractors, one of which gave his wife a job. One of those companies has already pleaded guilty to federal charges. The other 2 have criminal cases pending against them. I'm Art Sanders, KNX News 97.1 FM.
The Dodgers aerial tram facing another possible legal setback. There's a hearing today to challenge Metro's green light of the gondola to go over Chinatown. California Endowment claims there was an inadequate amount of public input. They filed a lawsuit a couple of years ago calling it a sweetheart deal. The judge denied it. The environmental group LA Parks Alliance also sued back in March. They want the court to toss the NTA's environmental review to have a different agency do it. Frank McCourt owns the company in charge of the project. Opponents told the LA Times that the former Dodgers owner co-owns lots with the team and believes he eventually intends to develop it into residential or commercial space. 7:28 time to look at your money and at Southern California Real Estate. What's the sale of home listing and why are there so many of them? Here's Tom Mosby.
Well, Rob, more than 3 out of 5 home listings in the U.S. now termed as sale. It means they've been on the market at least 30 days without going under contract, and Redfin says the reasons are pretty familiar ones. Record high home prices and high mortgage rates, 7% squeezing a lot of buyers. Now, the SoCal area, not seeing a lot of them. Most of them appear to be in Texas and Florida, where new homes sprouted up like weeds over the last few years. Meantime, last year, nearly 56% of California households lived in homes that they own. That's the most since 2010. But it looks like more Americans are taking that dive. Mortgage application to buy a home last week rose for the first time in 5 weeks, up 8.6%, just as mortgage rates eased a tiny bit to right around 7%. Now, minutes ago, the Fed voted to leave interest rates unchanged for the 7th meeting in a row, signaling 1 interest rate cut this year. That's after inflation moderated in May, but they're looking at 4 rate cuts in 2025, and the Wall Street has stocks higher. The Dow's only at 23 points, plus on NASDAQ up 306, 1.75% higher, and S&P up 55. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Mosby from the Land Rover Cerritos Money Down. KNX News 97.1 FM.
SoCal coverage is 24/7 on KNX News.
Downtown LA, more problems.
Weekday morning at 7:30.
Unpacking what we saw.
Not
20 minutes of non-stop news to you need. Start your day commercial-free. Aside from the total loss and the soundbite, what is
presented by LeBronExchange.com for all your home loan needs.
exclusively on SoCal's only 24/7 connection. KNX News 97.1 FM.
People love California de las Tumbas because we are innovative. We need to clean windows, the tightest slot in the industry, custom windows and doors with no broken stuff. People love us because our process is easy. Same-day quote, measuring the window frames for free, no fine print warranty. It's because we are in the business. Our installation is so precise. We do not break your stuff. Your house is covered with continuous fluid crack. That's the benefit. To make the install process easy. A broken structure is easy.
Custom fit windows and doors by California Professional Mills. Right now, get 30% off your entire order. Call 800-890-7400. 800-890-7400. That's 800-890-7400. California Professional Mills.
I discover it's super cool. Your cashback match has inspired me.
Great. We love doubling the cashback you earn at the end of your first year.
I'm doubling everything now.
Discover that concept? If you like everything is clouded by visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7. Guaranteed. It's not life-changing. It's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
This is Jacob Emron. If you've been involved in a motorcycle accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
Well, gas prices are still dropping. The average price for a gallon of regular in LA County down another 1.6% to $4.85. That's 36 increases in the last 37 days. It's also the lowest it's been since late February. Orange County prices dropped nearly 2.5 cents to $4.74. It dropped 29 times the last 30 days. National average has moved up a little bit, just over a cent to $3.54. California, one of 9 states and territories in the country to get $60 million in federal money money to build and train what's being called a climate-ready workforce. Some of the money's gonna... For losing weight, surgery or medication? Well, a new study has an answer.
Surgery is more effective than other weight loss methods, according to a new study by the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery. Researchers found diet and exercise typically resulted in a 7% drop in weight. Most people regain the weight after 4 years. Medications like Ozempic resulted in 10 to 21% weight loss, but once treatment stopped, about half the lost weight returned within a year. Gastric bypass and sleeve gastrectomy led to around 30% weight loss, and 25% of that loss was maintained 10 years post-surgery.
7:25, time for a look at traffic brought by Joseph Ormond Law and Chris Comfort.
Well, we'll start off in Orange County. The food alert in Irvine is officially canceled. All lanes open southside of Jamboree. We had the injury crash that blocked Parkville and 2 left lanes for quite a while, but that is rapidly recovering. Still some relief teams out of Santa Ana. They're getting better by the minute. They're pretty tough south 55 from the exit of 22 all the way down to the 405. On the 405 around the South Valley area, it looks like that's over to the right shoulder, and the people are out there walking around, but just watch out for some fire department activity. There's a little slowdown building through that area as well. And then further to the north, North 405, right around Normandy, we heard from George and our own Sabina Mora, who saw this Caltrans activity in the right lane. There's a jam up there right now from just about Avalon Boulevard on the northbound 405. It's up again in the Culver City, by the way, heading up toward the Santa Monica Freeway. There was a crash south 405 at Scoville Center Drive. It doesn't look like it's too big of a deal, but some slow traffic there from Burbank Boulevard heading to Getty Center Drive. And this 101 problem, 101 eastbound, just past Las Virgenes Road, we have a couple left lanes taken out there with an injury crash. Back up into Liberty Canyon, and some westbound spectators flowing through that area as well on the Detroit Freeway. Feeling overwhelmed after an accident? You're not alone. Call attorney Joseph S. Normand today. Don't face your legal battle alone. Call attorney Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, 213-747-2000, or normandlegal.com. SoCal's only reliable traffic course every 10 minutes on the 5 to the Simpson Automotive Group 24-hour traffic center.
Gonna get sunny away from the coast today as usual. More of the same tomorrow. Right down 67 Santa Monica, 71 North Hollywood. 70 here on the Miracle Mile. KMX News 97.1 FM.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
Hey, it's James Worthy here. If you work in an office, make deliveries, or you're a labor force star and have bad knee and shoulder pain, you gotta try iPod Active. The first wearable cryo therapy that makes you stay active and you recover. Our compression shirts and pants is flexible isolate gel packs that mold through your problem area. I know they're doing something and get 20% off the first purchase. Pick your iPodactive.com. They will determine your goal. So which path do I want to take? Help people in need or stand on the sidelines watch? Worry about how to pay for school? Push myself and learn new skills. My decision is to serve part-time with the Army National Guard, and my results will be life-changing. What will you decide? Go to NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters. 2 guys drove to work. Neither guy was wearing seatbelts.